going on? There we go. Hey, folks, we're live. How's everybody doing on this Tuesday evening? Hope you are all doing well. With me today, I have Cheddar Kung Pao and special guest, Camille. How are you?
Hello, doing well.
And also, we also have the guitar pit in here. So we just been shooting the shit for like the last 40 minutes already. I think we've already done the show,
you
man.
missed the show, so.
Yeah, you guys missed it. All right, good. Till next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. So how you guys doing tonight? What's going on, man?
Good. Just went to Elderly Instruments today and played a Martin 00028 that sounded amazing. Maybe the best sounding acoustic guitar I've ever played. And I had to put it back down and walk out because I have to sell some guitars before I can buy another one right now.
You got an interest in an acoustic, really?
It would be nice to have a high quality one.
Yeah.
Just one wouldn't hurt. Maybe a nice $3,000.
I tried to actually buy it, but he wouldn't budge.
What I'm not super familiar with their model numbers. What's 00028 mean?
So the 28 is like the tier. The 000 is like the body style. So the 000 body style is a smaller body style where it's like more hourglass shaped and
like parlor style?
Yeah, it's not quite a parlor. It's bigger than a parlor, but much smaller than a dreadnought.
Okay.
And it's a great full sounding guitar, just not with the huge low end of a dreadnought, and it's a lot more comfortable to play than a dreadnought.
28 out of what? 100?
I mean, typically there's like 18 is like the normal bass tier, and 28 is just a little bit nicer, and then I don't know where they go.
One abalone dot or whatever.
If you look it up, if you Google it, it's not that fancy of a guitar.
I did.
Wise.
Yeah, it looked kind of middle, but then I
Yeah.
saw the price point.
Yeah.
Let me just say hello to some of the folks that have joined us here. We got R2R3 in the house. Hey, buddy, how are you? Lefty Mike is here. My brother Jason Wade is in here. How are you? Charles Green. Charles Green, hey, I got my t-shirt and mug. Laugh out loud. I look good in the shirt. That is cool. I'll send a pic with my favorite guitar. Yeah, please do, man. Send a pic. I got my email below. Send me a pic. That'd be awesome. Clive is here. Clive, Bobby Lopez, welcome. Charles Green, Brian Cote, hey man. Josh Garcia, Ladybug, hello. We got everybody. Well, just jump. Blasty is here. Paul Lou is here. Jamal. Jasco Plumbing Supply, hey man. Bobby Lopez, I'm probably repeating myself already because the chat just jumped. Guitar Pit is in here. Hey buddy, how's it going?
Can't believe I made it.
Hey to everybody in the chat.
You are Pit, I am Hack. Aaron Songs is in here. Welcome, Gussie Wells. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
As you can see, we're far away from the desk, so I'm not in the chat right now. But hi to everybody.
You can say all the mean things you've been dying to say.
Yeah, go ahead and
I'll go monitor it.
Yeah. Bring up the chat and all the insults.
Man, you can't play guitar. Oh yeah.
There you go. There's one.
Flag this. Yeah.
Hey, lots. Okay, Todd Flowers, how are you? So what's on? So Cheddar's looking at acoustics, kind of, maybe, sort of. What are you looking at these days, Chris?
I just bought a Nags. I have never seen one in person. I don't even know that much about them. As far as I understand, it was either somebody who used to work or be involved with PRS guitars and he left. Dave, is that true?
Yeah, so Joe Nags was the head of private stock at PRS, and he designed the Mira and I believe the Vela as well.
Yeah.
At PRS, and then not that long after the Mira came out, he left to form Nags, and I think partly because the Mira came out and was a success.
Yeah. So. And they're nice, but one, they're I think overpriced compared to PRS. They just seem like more, and they have kind of like a Southwest aesthetic that I don't love typically. But for some reason, I was browsing Reverb and I saw one and I went, "That one's awesome." So put in a crappy offer and I took it. So that'll be here Thursday. So I'm super excited because it's something I have no knowledge of, haven't touched. I maybe the neck is weird. I don't know anything about it, so I'm kind of excited about it actually.
Those are one of the guitar. Like, can you find them in a store, or are they like a direct order guitar?
Never seen one. I
They're
mean, I'm
not direct order. They're dealer only, but it's limited what dealers carry them.
Okay, because I've never seen one.
it'd probably be like a really high end, like
Yeah.
boutique guitar store. Yeah, you wouldn't see one in a Guitar Center or something. I don't think, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, as far
used.
as I know, Joe might be still making all of them himself. Like, I don't know how big his staff is or anything, but I know it's like
Really?
the company's like him and a business partner.
Wow.
So he might be making them all. So, and if that's the case, you're basically getting a guitar made by the head of private stock himself. For
Wow.
what he paid. So.
And I've never heard a single bad thing about them. So really the thing that was holding me back is I couldn't find a good deal. And most times I was kind of iffy on the way it looked. But I found one that had a insane flame maple neck, really kind of loose flame, dark blue, and a wooden pick guard, like a maple pick guard. And I just thought, okay, if I'm going to get one, that's definitely the one.
That one
and
sounds cool.
it looked awesome. And it's single, which is rare for me. So we'll see. I'm excited about it. I haven't been that excited about getting a guitar in a while because it's totally new.
Well, other than the Les Paul, right?
Yeah. that was an experiment.
Oh God,
It was successful. I liked it.
There
I
you
still
go.
like it. I play it once in a while. I got to get one with a different neck.
Gotta get a different neck. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
I just want to say hello to a few more people. David Ennis is here. Welcome, David Ennis. Brian Stewart, hey buddy. BC Rich 581, how are you? Not waste. Yeah, not raining. Yeah, it stopped raining here too, finally. Yeah. Okay. Who else? There was one other. I think I got everybody. Charles Green, 5 said hello. Hello, Dwight Bailey. There's a new name. Hello from Mississippi. Hello, Dwight Bailey.
Oh, yeah.
Zip Fix is in here. Hey, Zip Fix, Zach Thong. Telecaster Tuesday. He wants to buy a Telecaster. I'm selling a Telecaster. I'm serious. I'm selling a Telecaster.
But which one do you have? Just a standard American?
Standard. Yeah, American. Yeah, before they went all crazy and started calling them, elite.
I can't keep track of any of that. Yeah. So
Pro, was it the Pro and the Elite? Is that it?
Yeah, there's like the Performer, and then the Professional, and then the Elite is the American.
Wait, what about the Player?
The Player's Mexican. The Player's Mexican.
What about the Pro Player Elite?
That's 3 guitars.
Yeah, for the side of fries. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah,
too much for me. Yeah,
crazy. But yeah, it's so. I think it was like I bought mine a year or two before they renamed it the Pro and charged more money for it. So it's one of them.
At least it's Pro and better. I feel like a lot of companies are into calling something Pro and it's worse, which is weird. Like, yeah, this is the Professional. It means it's like comes in raw wood and comes in a trash bag or whatever. And it's like, wouldn't a Pro want something better? But
what is it? Cheddar, you would know with the Player Series. The Player Series is pretty good. They're pretty good. I got it. I've played a few. They're all right. What does it come with? Does it come with a gig bag or a case? I don't think it comes with a case, does it?
It's a gig bag. It's the Mexican. It's the same as Mexicans have been, which is, and the Performer is, I believe, Performer is a gig bag as well because that replaced the American Special. I think you have to go to the Professional to get the case, I believe.
Right. Yeah, the Professionals here, man, they're near $2,000, if not $2,000.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's right, huh? Because they're like what, $15.99 here, but
yeah,
they're on sale a lot here though. You can get them for $1,000 out the door, pretty often, especially if it's like an ugly color.
Well, and if you think about like that's like Fender's equivalent to the Les Paul Standard, right? Is the American Professional Stratocaster.
Yeah,
so one's
half the price,
$2,500, so it's $1,000 cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, there was a time. I mean, when before that all happened, when the Fender Standards were, they were like a good deal because you're getting a good quality guitar. If you don't want to spend all that money on a standard Les Paul, like I mean, here's a guitar that's $15 to $2,000 less.
Yeah.
But now they're they're still less, but not as big a gap. Nowhere near as big a gap as they used to be.
Yeah, but it's still like 66% cheaper.
It's very exact math.
Somebody, Lost Smoke is asking, hey, Guitar Hack, who is a gentleman stealing guitars behind Cheddar? Oh,
This is my friend Michiel. You might know him as Studio Shamil on YouTube. He did TGU and GitCon, and he's visiting me this week. So
there you go.
Sounds through in the chat myself.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, feel free to pop in, man. This is so open floor, open forum.
You can teach us about basses. We don't know anything about them.
Oh, wait a minute. You play bass? Okay, I take back what I said.
Well, you use the E string, that's the very thick one, and you use the A string, that's the one just below. And if you can play more than that, you're already a very good bass player.
There you
Stick with one.
There you go. Hey, Janice is in here. Lars Guitar is in here. Dave R's Guitars is in here. Oh, and there's that Studio Chamil guy. Aaron Songs, welcome. Okay, I think I caught everybody. James Sarver just popped in. How are you? If anybody's got questions I think everybody's in the chat now at this point. Just highlight Guitar Hack or the Guitar Pit or Studio Chamil or Cheddar Kung Pao. I
didn't bother getting in there because I knew.
Oh, you didn't bother seeing it? Okay.
Out of arm's length from the keyboard. So.
All right, just tag me then, and I'll pass it on. I'll pass it on. Okay, cool. So you get the nags is coming. What did you get rid of anything?
No. So
some goes right normally.
I'm done right now. I can't buy anything else. So I have a couple things posted. I have a Gibson Standard. I have this lovely Strandberg, which if somebody wants that, they can buy that. And I have a Friedman Vintage S posted, which I don't know how I feel about that because I really like that guitar.
Yeah.
So I have it priced like about what I paid. So if somebody wants to just break even on it, fine. But otherwise, I'm going to keep that. The only thing is it's so similar to the Cali I have. Like the neck is pretty much the same. And I don't really care about the single coils. I like them both. But so the Vintage S is listed right now. And then the PRS is listed only if I sell the PRS, I'll buy another PRS in a slightly different spec. But that's it. That's all I have listed for sale right now. Lost Smoke says, how many guitars you go through a year and when did your collection start? Last year I went through a lot, man. Like 30 probably.
Wow.
But I don't know.
That's like one every other week.
Yeah, that's about right. And I would say that's part of the fun. I know a lot of people get mad because they're like, how could you sell that so heartlessly? But I like... For example, I'm super excited about that Nags, and you can't do that unless you're willing to let some stuff go. So that's the trade, and I try to keep the few that are near and dear. But right now, that's still just the Sur Antique is the only one I wouldn't sell. That's my main guitar.
I just want to read this comment. This is Mark Ross. Welcome, Mark. He's saying, "Good evening, guys. Mark from Lutterworth in the UK. Welcome. I've got a used Squire Classic Vibe Telecaster Custom Sunburst." That's a mouthful. "With white binding. Arriving on Thursday. Can't wait to try it out." Congratulations, man. Classic Vibes are always good, eh?
I still haven't really tried one, but I heard
always good bang for your buck with those.
Super good stuff, right?
Oh, here's a question for you, Chris. Dr. Night Gaunt, welcome. A question for Guitar Pit. Which do you like better, your Sir or your Music Man?
Sir.
What?
The Sur Antique's my favorite guitar. It just is. The Luke 3 is really great. It's right there. It's awesome. But the narrow nut is, I find it a little tricky to play. And then when you get used to it, it's hard to go back, which Guitar Hack probably knows about too.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
If you just, let's say you played your Axis 24 hours a day for a week.
Oh man.
And then you go, hey, check out this Thunderbird. You're going to go, what? So I feel like I like the Luke 3, but I'm scared to play it too long because I think it kind of tunnel visions your muscle memory a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, that's the only guitar that I have to adjust to that takes time to adjust, because I can go from like a Strat neck to a Les Paul neck, in a minute, whatever, right? But that guitar, yeah, because that neck is so radically different than any neck I own. Like it's like a completely different beast, right?
And the weird part is it's just the width, because I mean this neck is super weird. Like
that's got a V to it, eh?
Oh, it's sharp.
Different than that, even. Yeah.
This has,
man, that
has
feels
three.
Holy shit!
So this is 100% flat. This is 100% flat, and this is flat. And if you notice, it starts kind of tilted, and then it goes this way.
So it's asymmetrical.
So it's asymmetrical and flat, but and it's 20-inch radius. But this guitar is regular nut width. And I find this a lot easier to warm up to than a Music Man, where I'm thrown off constantly until I get into that, and then I go, okay, I'm in Music Man mode now, and then I pick up a Friedman and go, I gotta redo.
Almost does it to me anyway. It almost kind of feels like a toy neck for the first 5, 10
definitely.
But I say that, and it has a negative connotation, but I'm not saying that's what it feels like, but not in a bad way, because I mean the guitars are fantastic. They play really good, they feel really good, they're great guitars.
And a lot of guitars have that. The Music Man Majesty is super guilty of that. It's a top quality. I mean, the second you pick it up, you go, this is high end.
Yeah.
It feels like a toy though. It's tiny. The body is super rounded. It's just it kind of disappears in your hand, which is, I mean, I guess that's a compliment, but it feels kind of like a toy, as does this guitar. This guitar is like 4.5 pounds, so it just feels kind of like not super substantial. But I got it wrong. I said Thunderbird, not Firebird.
Firebird, yeah. I know that.
I don't know my Gibsons. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Thunderbird is also nice.
Yeah. And Thunderbird was
I hear the commercial for it is really good.
What is that, a Firebird bass?
Basically,
or is it a Thunderbird bass?
It's a Firebird bass.
That's the easiest way to see it. Yeah.
The Thunderbird is like a Firebird as a bass.
Okay.
So I just want to say hello to some of the new people that popped in here. Nocturnal Butterfly, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Bam Ozzy, howdy, how are you? Rick Hefner is in here. I hope I'm catching everyone. David Ozab, welcome. Can't deal with headless guitars. David, neither can I. Yeah, I don't think I could do the headless guitar thing.
They're hard to hang on the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was showing these guys earlier. You want to see the stand? You have to buy this stand for this guitar because it doesn't go anywhere else, and it sits.
Is that included for whoever buys your Strandberg?
You kick me an extra $80.
That's like I was saying earlier. That's like a wood shop gone wrong. Project gone wrong.
The only credit I'll give them, so it comes in a really, really small gig bag, which is nice and thin and travelable. And that stand breaks apart and fits in the gig bag pocket. So they're thinking about it. I get what they're up to, but you know.
Yeah.
Or you could just buy a normal guitar.
Yeah. Hey, Charlie S. Todd Graff, welcome.
So speaking of normal guitars, why don't you tell us about your extremely normal and traditional guitar you purchased?
That's what I was just about to ask him.
Well, my Epiphone.
Cheddar.
It's an Epiphone.
That looks great for an Epiphone.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said it.
Yeah, it's my Epiphone that I had the headstock changed on. No.
Well, it's just a Gibson, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually Gibson from Alibaba.
Yeah, made to order, like
$45. I think it's made out of like plywood and
Shut up in a plastic bag.
yeah. It smells like shrimp chips.
Oof.
Oh god.
No, yeah, so I got the R9 last week, like anybody who follows my channel saw, and I'm really, really loving it. I always said with my traditional, the main problem was that it was 9 pounds, over 9 pounds, and I really wanted a Les Paul that was lighter. And yeah, I saw this on Sweetwater is 8 pounds, and I decided to pull the trigger, and yeah, I absolutely love it. As soon as I took it out of the case and put my hand on the neck, I was like, yeah, this feels right. This neck shape feels a lot like the pattern neck that I really like on some of my PRSs, which probably that's because that neck shape is probably based on real 59 profile, which is what this is trying to do. So yeah, it felt really natural and feels really good. 8 pounds is still not a light guitar, but for a Les Paul, it's really light and feels really good.
And that's not chambered, right? So
no, it's not chambered. It's solid. Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah. So, I guess it's just wood variation. They just select really hard to find.
Well, yeah. Well, the way Gibson works is the custom shop. They're pretty transparent about it. If you watch custom shop like tour videos and stuff, the custom shop gets first crack at the wood, and then they pass on to USA, and then Gibson USA will take the wood that will make a standard between 9 and 10 pounds and make standards were traditionals out of that, and then the guitars that would weigh more than 10 pounds, they are now turning into the studios and classics that have some weight relief in them.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you and I were looking at Sweetwater, and the new ones are, I'd say on average, like 9.5.
Yeah.
It's kind of where most of them look, which is pretty heavy.
Yeah. Whereas if you look at R8s and R9s, they're on average like 8.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Under 9.
It's funny you mentioned that about the classics, because my classic is probably with weight relief is probably one of the heaviest guitars I own. And I picked up a classic and one of the new 60 standards the other day, and the classic must have outweighed it by at least a pound or two.
Yeah, they're taking the wood that would be way too heavy to make any guitar with, and they're then routing the 9-hole weight relief and making it tolerable.
Yeah, my standard's not super light, and it has the extreme weight relief, I believe. So, and it's still 8 and more than a half, I think. So,
yeah. See, you got a few more people that popped in. Hey, Dale Palmer, welcome. Everyone for you. Okay.
Todd Graff says, I think my 7.5 pound Jackson is heavy. I had a Jackson Soloist, and it was heavy as hell. I don't know what they're making that thing out of.
Lost Smoke has to go. See you, Lost Smoke. Take care. Hi from the UK. Hi, Carl. Welcome. Jeff White, how are you doing? New Super guitar. Dave from Dave's Guitar Channel looks pretty sweet. Yeah, I saw that, Jeff. It's that's a really sharp looking guitar. I don't know. You guys got any experience with Supros?
Yeah, I had one. They're cool. No, they're all right. The only thing is they seem to come in a little expensive, but they go on sale a lot. So, like the one I bought was $299 or something, and I liked it quite a bit. Todd Flowers ended up buying it actually from me, and but originally that guitar was really expensive, and I don't know if I would feel okay at that price point. I think it was like $800 or $900, but
yeah,
$300. They're awesome.
They're not really my thing, but I mean, I think they're made in Korea by Mir or something.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure they're quality.
All the hardware felt good. Like they had a custom bridge on, just nice details you don't see on other kind of throwaway stuff. So I thought it was pretty decent, but not bad.
Hey, Chad Boston, how are you? Yeah. So Cheddar, sorry to cut you off about your guitar. So is that finish on the on that guitar? Is that what's that considered? Honey burst, or is that iced tea? What is that?
So they're calling this Southern Fade, which I guess is closest to like a bourbon burst.
Bourbon, yeah.
They're calling it Southern Fade on the current line of R9.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I can see the flame on that. It looks good.
Yeah.
It's not like crazy flame. I I know some people like super crazy flame, like almost quilty looking. I don't like that. I like just a little bit of flame, and that looks like right on.
Yeah, in person, this is like really, really 3D, but it's not like loud and in your face just because.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
finished. If this was a PRS top, it would be like really loud and in your face, like some of my PRSs are.
Yeah, yeah.
They just do the yellow with a burst. It doesn't scream at you the way another might.
Yeah, well, I forget. I think it's the 59s that are generally less flamey and more plain toppy, and the 58s are the ones that are crazy. Do we have that the other way around?
It's other way around.
Oh, okay.
59s are more flamey, and the 58s are more plain top.
Those are the okay.
And
Yeah.
the 60s can be even more flamey, but it varies.
Mm-hmm.
The 59s are generally like the cream of the crop ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's yeah. So when you pick that up, I mean, apart from the neck profile, I mean, is there anything that you notice immediately different than, say, your traditional?
Yeah, like here, I'll play a couple chords. I won't try to like really play, but I'll just let you hear it for a second. The way it sounds is totally different. I don't know how well that's coming through the Hangout, but like it sounds really different, and you wouldn't
Sounds very
expect
growly.
Yeah, it's more growly. It sounds like even more like like the classic recordings of real 59s that you hear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because of the custom Bucker pickups. I think are just even more close to the real thing somehow. Especially for this year, these are unpotted pickups, which I don't know how that makes a difference, but apparently it does.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of other details about this guitar that are different, like the bridge. I don't think it's going to show up on the Hangout, but instead of being screwed into inserts, it's just screwed directly into the wood.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I feel like that probably makes a difference.
So there's no sleeves then.
Yeah, there's no sleeves. It's just screwed directly in.
Right.
So, like, how noticeable that is, I'm not going to argue, but like, I feel like that probably does make some difference. And then this has different wiring, which I'm sure makes a difference as well. This has, for this year, it's the first year where they have real paper and oil Bumblebee capacitors in here, as opposed to like the orange drops that are in my traditional current standard.
Have you looked at how much those are?
No.
They're a fortune. Because if you start thinking like, oh, I'll just throw them in, it's like, it's $40 or something.
Were those capacitors?
Yeah. No, the
the capacitors.
Some of the capacitors.
Yeah.
So there's a paper and oil one. It looks like a little like battery. It's much bigger than the orange one you're used to. But it's a significant part of the cost of installing pickups if, compared to whatever a tech would charge you $80 or something.
See, that's because I mean a capacitor is a capacitor.
You think? But
a guitar is a guitar. Yeah.
Well, a guitar is okay. Hang on, a guitar's got a lot of stuff involved. I mean, that's a long equation. A capacitor is like one thing, right?
Yeah.
It only does one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the characteristics of how it, takes the charge and releases the charge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Farads are farads. I don't know, man.
I don't think I've ever had anything with them, so I don't know, but it's part of the mojo.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks really cool though.
It does look very good. Yeah.
It's like a big battery looking thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's no, besides the pickups, right? Besides the pickups and the wiring, right? There's no one big thing that you can point to. It's like a culmination of a lot of little things that make this different than the traditional, which is what, spoiler alert, is what's going to be the theme of my comparison video when I compare this to that. It's like, there's just a lot of little things like, oh, this is all put together with hide glue. Well, if you just put it together with hide glue, can you notice that?
Yeah. No, but is it 0.1%?
Yeah, and then the finish is also a lot thinner.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, in theory, a different formulated finish. Mm-hmm. How much difference does that make?
Plastic is all different, right?
Yeah, the plastic is all different. Does the plastic matter? I don't know. Like, it's just all these things, right? And so all the things add up, and then this guitar ends up feeling a lot different than that one. Not that the traditional isn't a great guitar. Actually, it's behind me here.
It's like in a trash can behind it.
Yeah. Mikhail's grabbing it. But yeah, so this one just ends up feeling a lot different from this one.
Well,
I can do
you
like
know
Shane
what?
did in his PRS versus Harley Benton video. This one.
You know what I always notice though about those custom shop guitars?
What?
They always have the best freaking bursts. Because if you look
Yeah.
at those things side by side,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
come on.
In isolation, my traditional looks really nice, but
Yeah, but when you
have
put it next to that
this,
one,
it's like it looks like
you can see like because I mean I like for me burst it has to be the teardrop, right?
Mhm.
And if you look at the cherry, you can see that the teardrop they've come a little bit too low, too far down with the red. And the way they've done it on the Southern Bourbon, whatever burst that you have, it's absolutely perfectly done. Like the proportions of the teardrop, it's right on. Yeah, let me present. Hang on, let me present.
Yeah. You can show.
There you go. Look at that. See that, folks?
Yeah.
Before and after.
Well, and this one costs like 3 times what the traditional
That's
costs.
the other thing, yeah.
But to me, like honestly, I feel like it's worth it. Like it sounds insane that this could be worth 3 times what this is worth, but I really do think this is a much, much better guitar. For me personally. Not that this isn't a great guitar, but I like this one a lot more.
Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is when I get in my later years, I'm gonna probably sell most of my guitars and just have like maybe 2 or 3 really good ones.
Yeah, get the one cherished like holy guitar.
Yeah, because what's preventing that from happening now, I mean, other than the obvious money wise, is that I want to be able to gig with them, right? But when I get to a point where I'm not gigging anymore and I just want to pick up a guitar and have a nice experience, that's when I'll go out and I'll buy the high-end shit, and I won't have 20 of them. I'll have just the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's well over the anxiety at a gig range. So I get.
Oh yeah, there's no way that would leave the house, man.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty brutal, but it's a beautiful guitar. I mean,
it's gorgeous. Yeah.
I think that R9 is one of the best looking ones I've seen. And after Dave bought it, I went on Sweetwater and was looking at him, and I went, I think he bought the best one. So because I went through all the colors and stuff, and I went, yeah, that's the right one. And they did have one that was really quilty and had almost no burst, and that one I thought was really neat too. But it didn't really look like an old, like classic guitar the same way that yours did. It looked cool, but it looked kind of modern. But I don't know. I think
we got a whole bunch of people, guys. A whole bunch just jumped in here. Let me just say hello to a few of them, man. Wow. I've been missing. Sorry, folks. I've been neglecting the chat. If you've got questions, please tag myself, Guitar Hack, the Guitar Pit, or Studio Chamil.
Yeah.
Todd Flowers is saying paper and oil is different in my humble opinion, Guitar Hack. I have them in 3 guitars.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there you go.
People swear by it. It's big money to put them in.
Yeah. BC Rich 581 is in here. Welcome. John Bauer, welcome. Who else did I see? I saw a few new names in here. Han 36 Solo. Hey man. YMC. David Nesdal is here. Hey David Nesdal, how are you? Welcome.
David Nesdal has so many good Ibanez guitars. It makes me crazy.
BV Ninja. BV Ninja. Salute. Okay, BV Ninja is saying if you test capacitors, you will find variance in their values. Not all capacitors are created equal. Ask my friend Analog Mike.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. There's a lot of brands that bin them or whatever.
Hey, David. Them. Welcome, David Nesdal. I haven't talked to David in a while. Yeah, welcome everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well. Yeah.
One of the questions. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead.
So one of the questions I saw pass by for Dave was from R2R3, whether you'd consider putting Thornbuckers in that R9.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna say
no.
no. I'm not.
I don't think so, man.
I don't know if that'd be a great match.
Those
No.
custom buckers sound so good. Like
Hornbuckers are fantastic. Yes.
they sound like that guitar sounds how I wanted it to sound.
Yeah.
Can you track down a pair of those used, or is that
I think they're out there, but like these ones are unpotted, and those are new for this year. So I don't know if you'll be able to find those ones.
no chance?
Yeah.
I bet they'd be $1,000 if you did find it. Yeah.
You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know.
Yep.
That thing sounds really good. The way that thing sounds, like you were saying, right?
Mhm.
It sounds like what you imagine in your head the Les Paul would sound like, you know, played in that era, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With natural overdrive, no effects, whatever, just the pickups doing the work, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that sounds like to me. Michael Bishop is here. Jeff White is here. Sean Zimmerman, Weedy Guitar Studio. Wow. We got 62 people watching, guys.
Awesome.
Lefty Mike says, having never played a PRS, Sir, Nags, or any other high-end guitar, can you talk about fretwork and the differences between the high-end and something like a Fender Gibson Epiphone? That's kind of a tough question, but I would say fretwork is invisible when it's good. You won't feel it. You won't notice it. It just feels perfect. And most times that's not true. Gibson, for example, so if you pick up a Gibson and it has those plastic nib things on it, that feels pretty much perfect. So imagine that feeling, but they're stainless steel or whatever. And that's, I think, really impressive because that's a lot of work to get something to feel like that.
Yeah, I would agree with exactly what you just said, Chris. Any high-end guitar, the reason the fretwork is so good, or the result of the fretwork being so good, is that you don't even think about the fretwork.
Yeah.
The guitar just plays beautifully.
Yeah.
And you never notice the frets.
That's actually a really good way to put it. If you don't notice the frets, they're good, because if you notice them, they're affecting your playing or impeding it somehow, right?
And different brands kind of achieve that different ways, I think. Like PRS, mine anyways, they're very smoothed out and rounded around the neck, and they're almost like tapered down to flat, whereas Sir has gone around and they haven't flattened them out, but they've really made sure there's just nothing to catch. Where ESP, for example, somebody's gone around with the world's tiniest file and created a perfect sphere on the end. And there are many ways to get that done, but I feel like it's just something you notice when it's perfect, because you don't notice it and go, wow, I didn't even think about the fretwork here because it's flawless. And it looks cool, you know?
Well, and I think that also, at least with PRS, I know for a fact, they do different fret jobs for different guitars. Like the DGT model has its own fret spec because David Grissom wants a specific thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then, like the McCarty guitars have a different fret spec that harkens more back to like classic Gibson than the Custom 24 has.
Because the Custom 24 fretwork that I have anyways is exceptional, but it's significantly different than my other guitars, which is kind of interesting.
Well, and if you play a McCarty, it'll be significantly different from that. So, but again, you won't notice it when you're playing so much because it'll just feel great, but it'll feel a little bit different. The McCartys have a little bit more of a flat top, more like a classic Gibson, I guess.
Yeah.
So Todd Flowers is telling us that the Seymour Duncan Antiquities and Seth Lovers are also unpotted. Hey, here's one for you, Cheddar, and I know what your answer is to this, but Hand 36 Solo is telling me to persuade you to take that pick guard off.
I don't think it's going to come off. There's going to be holes under there.
There's going to be holes, and you know what? For that period, you kind of want to be period correct, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it didn't come with it already on, I would think twice about putting it on.
Yeah.
But it's already on. I'm not going to take it off now.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Like, I mean, you can see my Les Paul there. I mean, that's a 2016, and it came with the option to put it in, but it came with it off. And I mean, that flame on that is so nice. I don't want to cover it over. So I've left it like that, and I have no plans on putting it. So but like you say, if it already comes with it on and you take it off, then it kind of looks weird, you know what I mean?
I have to plug the holes, and then that's going to look...
It's just going to mess up your finish.
Yeah.
Maurice Mishmash, welcome. Dwight Bailey, welcome. Timothy Lynch, Gary Holt. Welcome, everybody. If you've got questions for myself, for the Guitar Pit, or Studio Jamil, just please tag us. Or if you got a question for Cheddar, tag me or any one of us, because Cheddar is not on, but we can always pass on the question. Yeah.
Brian says the holes are killing him. Yeah. When did they stop putting them on as default? Because mine came with the pickguard and the poker chip, but in the case, no pre-drilled anything. So it's just up to me if I want to.
It's been like that. I don't know exactly how many years, but it's been like that for a while. They kept coming up with and then they went. I think it was it the high performance? They actually had the pickguard that was magnetic at one point.
I don't know if it was magnetic, but there was one that clipped on and off.
Oh, was it a clip? Okay, it was a clip.
It had like clips, and it had special pickup rings that had like a receptacle for the clips.
Yeah, okay.
So. Dave wants to see the Luke. Okay, the Luke it is. It's going to be a very bad webcam guitar because
the finish barely shows up.
It's just black.
Well, you can see the white flecks.
Yeah, it's not like a Collings or something that has that really bright dog hair look. This one is real subtle. The signature is almost gone, unfortunately, but Steve Lukather will live. but this thing, it's a great guitar. And I'm telling you, DiMarzio, this is them digging themselves out of the trash because I am not a big DiMarzio guy. These pickups are so good. These are really close to Thornbuckers, I think, which is my personally highest praise because those are my favorite pickups, and these sound great, and they're super versatile and they're awesome. So I don't know.
When you almost missed out on your Sir Antique for another Luke?
No.
Yeah, you were right. I'll give you credit for that because that was something that we were going back and forth on chat, and he was like, you should get the Sir because it's more unique and you'll regret it. And I just kind of thought, I already have the coolest Sir in the world. Who cares? But you were right. I'll give you full credit because I immediately regretted it. And
I'm just glad you ended up getting it. I'm glad you ended up being
I'm too. Yeah, what are the chances that the same exact one went up for sale immediately? It wasn't even a month. And I was like, I think that's the same one. And it was. Dave says he just bought two.
Nice.
2 Lukes. Fancy.
What?
Yeah, I saw him on Instagram. He got a boysenberry EFR and something else I forgot.
It's like a purpley one.
Yeah.
James Severn is asking me, did my 2005 or 2008 Classic, you mean 2018 Classic, with the P90s, if that's what you're asking me about, James Severn, did it come with the pickguard off or on? It came with it on. The Classics will have pickguards on them.
Huh.
Yeah, because they're classic, right? So supposed to look like the older.
I'm curious if Dave has a bunch of other Music Mans or if he's switching teams because I know he's a real shreddy.
Yeah,
he has all these Ibanez guitars I used to just love as a kid, and I always get really jealous of. Wow, he's got J Custom and this and that. But
hey, Broxill's here. Hey, Broxil, how are you, man? Yeah. So. Oh shit! I forgot. I just had a major brain fart.
You had something really good.
Did anything spill out of my nose just then?
just brains just running out.
Total brain fart. Yeah, I was gonna ask a question and I completely lost it. Yeah. Anyways,
fat necks on the new 50 standards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I had a chance to pick a couple of the new 50 standards up. Not really like sit down and play them, but I was at Sam Ash yesterday and they had some, and the neck is way fatter than at least on my traditional. So I don't know if my traditional has a particularly thin neck for a traditional or if those had particularly thick necks.
Yeah, I've not picked up a 50s yet. I've only picked up a couple of 60s, and their necks are very similar to the 60s slim taper that I already have.
Yeah.
So they're the same. So
and
that's,
I expected
weird.
the 50s to be the same as my traditional because that when I bought it, Gibson said that's the 50s, thicker neck. But it's way thinner. It's not as thin. I've played 60 slim taper necks, and those are thinner than that. But the 50 standards I picked up yesterday are thicker than that even. I think honestly they feel more bulky even than my R9's neck. Like maybe not any more thicker like back to front, but but maybe more fully rounded. Also looks like Chris froze up. So
Chris, are you frozen? He can't answer me because he's frozen.
yeah. Jabba got him. Put him in carbonite.
Yeah. If you can hear me, let me know. Move a finger. So did you try any of them? Like what were your impressions of them? Did you think they were any good? Did you actually try them?
I didn't see any flaws on them. I should have taken the time to sit down and play, but this was after going to the Rock Hall of Fame. We had a over 3 hour drive home ahead of us. So I kind of just like picked them up. They felt like 9.5 pounds to 10 pounds, like we're seeing most of those new standards are. And but they looked well made. On cursory glance, I didn't see any flaws. I saw 2 gold tops, one with P90s, one with humbuckers.
Mm-hmm.
They both looked really good. And then the neck felt good. It was just bigger than I expected based on my traditional.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the gold top, the new release gold top P90 ones. Bobby Lopez is saying Guitar Hack, they got 50 at the Bloor Street fat neck. Yeah, they have them around, but I just been focusing on the 60s ones because I wouldn't even be able to really play the 50s ones. I'm not a fan of the baseball bats at all. Okay. Just see if I missed any questions here.
I just blew my internet out. Sorry.
He's back.
Did Chewbacca rescue you, Chris?
I got thundered. The Thunderbird is.
Oh, we can't hear him.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can hear you. He's just pulling your leg.
No, I really can't hear Chris.
You can't?
Nope.
I just heard him talking.
Yeah, Hangout's probably messed up. That's okay. I can live in blissful silence for the rest.
I can what do you call it? I can translate what he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian Cote tried a 50s and a 60s standard today in Mississauga. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's the store that I was in the other day too, Brian. That's cool. No, I can't hear Chris.
This happened in a hangout I was in a few weeks ago where like a couple people could hear each other and then the rest of the people couldn't be heard by
there it is. I hear your mic.
I've solved it.
I
redid everything.
I still can't hear him.
I'm getting bombed by a storm.
Hangouts.
Oh, Cheddar says he still can't hear you.
Okay.
Okay. David Nesdal is saying Guitar Hack original 59 Les Paul necks are nowhere near the thickness of the new ones. So there you go. So the new ones must be a real exaggerated version of those necks.
Could be. I mean, I don't know. I've never played a real 59, so I can't say.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, yeah. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, I've heard that they vary a lot.
I shouldn't have, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to say something and then listen to the stream to see if I can be heard.
Well, if the stream can't hear you, I can. Let me put it out there. Can you guys hear?
Mikhail checked.
I can hear myself.
I could hear him. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear him. Okay, there you go.
Just I can't hear Chris, so I'm gonna talk over him.
I'm muted.
So
am I muted? Hello,
turn
guys.
up your phone and put it in.
It's going to be with a slight delay, though.
Yeah.
With a slight delay. Yeah, that's funny, man.
We've only got 10 minutes left anyway.
Yeah, we only got 10 more minutes. We're gonna be wrapping this up soon.
We can drive with a flat tire to the gas station.
Limp home.
Yeah, Zach Thong likes the slim necks too. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Everybody's got their preferred neck profile. Hey, AVH and Gear TV Network, welcome, man. John Bauer, how are you?
So
is that Thunder?
Yeah, I'm getting obliterated over here.
Wow.
Thunder, lightning
that over your mic.
blew out my internet, and
Wow.
Austin's been getting just hammered by
There's a
storms
little bit
lately.
coming through now.
It's just coming through
Oh,
Guitar
yeah.
Hacks.
Yeah. You can hear me like maybe if I yell, it'll loop all the way around.
Oh, that's
So
hilarious.
one thing I'm curious about, and I don't know if this is taste or something else, but I've been just trending thicker necks constantly. And I used to only want wizard necks, and then I wanted Kiesel necks, and then maybe a Sir elliptical, and then a Friedman. Where does that stop? Oh my God.
Wow.
My internet might go out any minute. But I feel like I just keep going thicker, thicker, thicker. Loop is a good example. That's got a weird V on it that I love. So what's the cutoff?
Something about a Friedman.
What's the cutoff?
Yeah, when do you go? Okay, that's thick enough.
I don't know. I don't have that
No,
at all, man. No, man. I'm.
what's happened to me? It's
I
something
don't know.
horrible.
Yeah, you're on a mission there. No, I every time I pick up anything that's even, yeah, I know, man. Every time I pick up something that's fatter than the 60s neck, like I played a Les Paul traditional the other day. I'm like, man, I hate this. You know, like it's got to be a freaking 60 slim taper or like something like that, or an Ernie Ball neck, or I'm okay with like the Strat neck or the Telecaster neck or the whatever.
Well, the telly neck isn't super thin, right?
Well, it depends on the telly, right?
Oh, okay.
You know, like some of them, what is it, the 52 that's got the baseball bat, which I can't stand, right?
Yeah.
But the my telly standard.
But the Kotzen has the biggest neck of all, right?
Oh yeah,
Richie Kotzen. That one I heard is hilarious.
playing a log, man. Like yeah, it's not. So that's the thing. So I don't have that thing what you're saying. I think that's just a personal.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Cause that would have been the worst thing if you would have told me like 10 years ago. Oh, thick neck, absolutely not. And now I think what it is I used to really want to play like metal and shred stuff, and I just kind of have given up. I've been like, it's too hard. I can't do it. So
Yeah.
now I'm thinking, well, hey, it's more comfortable if it's thicker. And
Like those wizard necks, I can't do those either. I have to feel some wood on my palm, right?
yeah, it cramps like right here.
Cramp your hand because you don't have like a rest, like a hand rest kind of thing.
Yeah. That the Luke neck is, I think, one of the best for it. It's kind of, it feels small, but you still feel the neck there, and you go like, this is perfect.
Yeah, there's a good point. R2R3 is talking about the Phil X model. That's a heavy neck.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to play that. I wouldn't be able to play that. I usually say this at some point in the show, since we're wrapping it up here very soon. I just wanted to say thank you everybody for popping in and checking out the show. Thank you so much for all your support. I got a couple of quick announcements before I wrap this thing up. One being that this is going to be my last Tuesday show for the foreseeable future. Kind of rethinking the show, gonna hopefully come up with some new guests and some different ideas and things, and try to present something a little bit different. When that all falls into place, I don't really know. So for the foreseeable future, I'm not going to be doing the Tuesday shows, but I will still be doing my Thursday show, and I'll have guests now and again, but nothing strict, nothing consistent as I've been doing, because I've been doing this consistently now since late last summer. So it's, I'm going to try and take a little bit of a break from it as well, but my Thursday shows are still going to happen, and I'll still be posting vids and all that kind of stuff too. That's one thing. Second thing is the raising money for cancer. I'm going to shut that down at the end of May. So if you're interested in purchasing t-shirts, mugs, hoodies from the Guitar Hack store, the link is below. And to support cancer research, by all means, go ahead. I'm going to shut that down at the end of the month, and then I will donate all the monies that I have at that time. I'll donate them all. So if you're interested in doing that, please, the link is below. Thursday, I'm going to have my regular solo show at 8 p.m. And I think that's all my announcements for right now. Did you guys have anything that you wanted to mention or plug?
Just that Chris is terrible and don't subscribe to him.
You
Speaking
can't
of
resist.
subscriptions, if there's anybody in the chat that's not subscribed to Guitar Hack, please do. I am trying to get up to 1,000 subs. I want to be able to get my privileges back and be able to stream without having to use Streamlabs from my mobile devices, because Streamlabs is absolute garbage in my experience. And
it's such a stupid rule because there's so many easy workarounds. So it's like, well, it just inconveniences you.
It really does.
Like,
man.
oh, okay, thanks. You're still streaming. It didn't stop that. So
no,
what's the point? Yeah,
I don't know.
Very weird.
So yeah, so please help me get to 1,000. That would be fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So sorry, you guys, I cut you guys off. So is there anything you wanted to promote coming up on your channels?
No, thanks for having me on Hack. It was a lot of fun.
Likewise. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much for witnessing this. Witness for the prosecution. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mikhail, for I'm probably saying your name wrong, and I apologize.
No worries.
But thank you so much for participating, and thank you, Cheddar, as always. And yeah, we'll do this again at some point. We'll find the time. And
you know where to find us.
Yeah, you guys are easy to find.
We're around.
You got anything coming up, Chris?
Not really, man. Just the usual. I've been trying to put out more kind of short update videos lately because I've been slacking. I know. I've just been so busy. It's been hard to put up consistent content. But
yeah,
I guess I still have quite a few things sitting around that I haven't reviewed. I want to do a ton of comparison videos, but it just takes time, and I got to do them on the weekends. So yeah, we'll see. I just put up a video today, but next one will probably be next week at least. But no big plugs, just the usual. Plugging along. But yeah, thanks for having us on. It's always fun.
Hey man, you guys are it's always fun when I have you two guys on. You guys man.
We love talking about guitars. That's all it is.
I think we did 2 hours because we started this like almost an hour before.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. It's been like a 2-hour show here. Anyways, okay, so I want to thank you guys so much for coming on. I want to thank everybody for watching. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for all the support. Please sub each other. Let's keep this community growing, and let's keep it positive. And yeah, I guess we'll see you all hopefully Thursday at 8 p.m. Cheers, everybody. Have a great night.
See you guys later.